Just days before Zaya's conversation with Michelle, she and Gabrielle recreated one of the most memorable scenes from the actress's 2-decade movie career, and we're definitely more than whelmed about it.
Tell us you've watched 10 Things I Hate About You without telling us you've watched 10 Things I Hate About You.
You can be overwhelmed, and you can be underwhelmed. Can you ever just be whelmed?
I think you can in Europe.
Right.
I am just so proud of you, being just an amazing role model and embracing your truth.
An amazing role model and embracing your truth.
To the treetops, from the sandbox, we had to stack it so we wouldn't even fall. A lot of dead limbs had to cut off. Riding with fake niggas made me cautious. You did me wrong, so salty. I had to get in my bag. Tell them people you ain't really honest. I got that for you. I got that for you.
Was in the media with this woman, and they were parading around town as a couple. And for years, I've never seen you do an interview discussing that matter. I've never read any transcripts or never read any comments that you made pertaining to Dwayne and Gabrielle, even though you were still married to him. What would cause you years later to actually file a lawsuit against her? Because the lawsuit wasn't about any relationship that the two of them may have, or had, whether it was while we were married, during, or after. The lawsuit was about her having a negative effect on my children. That's what that lawsuit was about. And when her behavior and the things she did and said began to affect my sons, that's when I opened my mouth and did something about it. The lawsuit was about her having a negative effect on my children.
Her having a negative effect on my children.
What up, y'all? Bam TV. As you see here, we have Dwayne Wade's baby mother. And from what she's saying that Gabrielle Union manipulated her son and affected him in a negative way. Now, on my last video regarding this topic, you seen that I was questioning Wade as far as the influences. Now, he quoted it being from, his teachers in his school. But could it be from inside the household? I mean, this is the child's original mother. So, let's dig a little deeper. Pay attention.
The lawsuit was about her having a negative effect on my children. That's what that lawsuit was about. And when her behavior and the things she did and said began to affect my sons, that's when I opened my mouth and did something about it.
As Zaya gathered more language, she was able to tell us about her identity. She was able to tell us about her sexuality. She was able to tell us I'm trans. And she says, I've come out a few times. And she was like, well, I came out to my teacher in the 3rd grade. And then when you guys posted that picture of me in Chicago at my birthday party, and it's just Zaya standing next to her cake. And that picture was dissected on certain Black blogs. And the comments were guessing as to who Zaya was and why and da-da-da-da-da. She said, I felt like I was outed and I was just standing next to my cake.
Well, hey.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I'm so nervous, but how are you?
Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union's daughter couldn't help but be a little starstruck when meeting one of her idols. Zaya Wade fanned out over Michelle Obama this week when the pair teamed up for a virtual chat about the former First Lady's best-selling memoir, Becoming. And the teen admitted she was nervous to realize such a long-standing dream of hers was coming true.
What's going on? Tell me, what's on your mind?
I'm just nervous, but really excited.
Don't be nervous.
It's like I'm meeting an idol. I'm literally meeting an idol.
Pretty impressive promo run. Again, for someone to be outed and want their privacy, you guys sure do know how to put on a pretty impressive promo run. Now, what I would ask to Mr. D. Wade is, what did you do about it, brother? Because your real baby mom was questioning the intentions of your soon-to-be and current wife, Gabby. What do you say? Pay attention.
So when we sat down and I was in the room across the way, I prepared myself for 5 years for that moment, not knowing what I was going to do or say. When Zaya sat down with me and was across the way, just like me and you are right now, Ryan, I'm looking at my child. I don't care about anything else. I'm looking at my child, and I'm looking at my responsibilities. I'm looking at a child that's crying, that's afraid to tell their father.
Wow.
That they're different than what you probably thought I was, Dad. I don't want to play basketball. I'm not a boy. I feel that I am X, Y, and Z, right? I'm looking at my child scared to tell me. And I feel like I am pretty open at this time. Right. I realized that I needed to do better and I needed to do more and I needed to educate myself. And so what I did is I picked up the phone, I researched as much as I can because I needed to understand. I sat down with my child and I asked questions because I didn't know. Because it's not our job and our responsibility to tell you who you are. You are going to be who you're going to be. It's my job to try to put you in the best positions to help you reach that goal of who you want to be. But it's not my job to tell you.
Proverbs 22:6 says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So in light of what you're saying, Mr. D. Wade, although you may not control what he necessarily could grow to be, you do have influence into what he could be. And again, that only coincides if it's aligned in righteousness. If you're teaching your son that he could, quote unquote, be a woman, then that necessarily goes against the opposite. That's the opposite. That's not in line in truth. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, and always remember to pay attention. Peace.
Spirit is strained and you limited to change. The lyrics in your limericks are changed. A different hook, the way the sentences arranged. More demented in your deliverance, more sinister in your slang. Sounds more belligerent when it's sang. The truth is limitless in its range. If you drop a T and look at it in reverse, it could hurt. Look at the grimaces of the pain, then it's worse when it works and your membership is gained. But you forgetting the proof diminishes in the flames like poof. The media pours images in your brain of the score of the war where militants are slain. The faces of the guilty where innocence is proclaimed, and they filthy. The deaf ears are the winners, the listeners are the lames. Of the ballad of the man that the son of a minister has became so.